she has a friend, then she'll recommend. But sometimes the person that I am asking is the one being interested on the spot. So it's, in my experience, it's more convincing to share the product first, especially the one that you have used, because you cannot confidently share what you haven't used. But if in case you haven't used the product and you want to sell it already, you can use other people's experiences, because there are testimonies on FB, on YouTube, or even in the group or in some other pages that I am being subscribed. I can see other experiences, testimonies that I can use to. Then I can give the credit to them, so we can share about it. And we must have to sell the beauty products to the beauty queens, of course, because they are more likely to entertain you. So it's one of the things that that I was able to cope with, and to as I changed my way of inviting people, I'm not now on directly inviting them to join the business, but I'm more first on sharing the product, so that if they might be interested, it's not directly that I am inviting them to join it at once. And also what I'm doing with the people under me, although I'm not their direct sponsors, I also help in explaining to them, because mostly in the Philippines, the problem is we don't have this Wi-Fi. So most of our downlines here just rely on free data. So they cannot view they can't watch on YouTube our videos or VODs. They cannot view the pictures that we send. So what I did is I summarized some other talks, just the important points, then made it on text. Then if we have prospects, then we send it to them, including what they should do to give us their information, so that we can build them their website. And after that, sometimes we just call them to explain what is Powerline, how to order on our website. So it's more now on familiarization, on helping our downlines, even they are not our direct sponsors, because they are under you, so they might in the future might help you as well. But it's not only our main purpose, but to help the group, the old group, because sometimes even they are our cross line here in Atomy. That's the good thing, that we help each other. Because in some other businesses that I have joined with, if, for example, Airy and SC, they are cross lines, right? We cannot, if I am SC and I cannot talk to Airy on what kind of strategies they are doing. But here in Atomy, we are sharing. So that's one thing that I like it here. So because we are being told that you cannot ask any opinion from your cross lines. In my other MLM that I have joined. So it's one thing that I like it here. So in our group also, I have some cross lines, and they are cross lines with us also. We share in the Atomy Future vision. We share everything that we have watched, because they cannot watch. So we share the points for them to benefit as well. Because in my place, my boss has Wi-Fi, so it's beneficial or advantages for me. So that's why I have the opportunity to view, to watch it, and to do more things than others. So it's our way in sharing also. So that's all I think that I can share for now.
That is a good point, Ole. see the importance of these meetings that we have. Till now, I had not even thought about this issue. I knew that there could be, some um, internet related issues in Philippines. I didn't know, at least I didn't think about the problem that a lot of people may not be able to view YouTube or, look at the multimedia platforms that we send the the information in. So again, for everyone, this is one of the reasons why it's important to join meetings as much as possible. We'll learn something every time, each and every time, even though a lot of things that we are listening are repeat, but at least, that's also important that, we listening to that one time is not enough. Some of these things we need to listen over and over again on top of this new information like this. Thanks for that, Oli. So,
Yes.
one more thing
And to add more, please, sorry to
after,
interrupt.
yeah, go ahead.
If ever you have a prospect who is a Filipino, ask him or her at once if he or she has Wi-Fi, because it's useless to send them videos if they don't have Wi-Fi, because it
Good
will eat
point.
up their load. So if they don't have Wi-Fi, better send text because they
Good
can
point.
read. Don't send pictures because they cannot view. That's it.
Good point. Now, if you can, and in the spirit of helping each other, as you just mentioned, even if you guys are not, we are not in the same line. If you can share, if you don't mind, share the textual information that you have created regarding the business or regarding the products, whatnot. If you can share, I think that will be helpful.
Mm. Okay, yeah,
For
yeah. But now I have to translate it into English because I made it in our vernacular tongue so that they can understand. And also the 8 steps to success, I am transcribing because it's they have to learn to start the business, because when they have Wi-Fi, as for example, a person is already a member, I ask them, do you have Wi-Fi? How can I help you? I give them a link on how to be familiarized with the website. So as I told you before, I have some codes in my keyboard after joining Atomy #1. So if they are new, I will send it to familiarize how to order. Everything inside the website is explained there in the Atomy seminar. But if they don't have a Wi-Fi, I would ask their number. Then I will load for a 1 day unlimited calls. It's only 20 pesos here, around
mm,
I think 0.50 US Canadian dollar. So we can talk on phone to explain. So I am transcribing the 8 steps to success, but I'm only now on the second step. So I will share also if I'm finished.
awesome, awesome. Thanks very much. And Dan is missing. Um, so I think he'll join back soon. So on that topic that Oligaria was talking about, like he switched his strategy from talking about business first to talking about products first. And one person that I have seen this doing over and over again is Khan. That's exactly that's exactly what she does. Talk about products all the time, and so it's a slower process in terms of, like, you are not attracting all business minded people at once. However, you're attracting folks, and this is how our CEO is also recommending doing the business, right? Share the products, they will start using the products, and then they will fall in love with the products. And eventually, they will start wondering, if I'm using all these products, and if I share share this with others, there is a potential that I could also make some money over a period of time. And so they may share with others, they may bring in a couple of additional people at least who are also interested in products and so on. So it is a slower process, but it creates a very strong base in your hierarchy. So yeah, both strategies work: product based and business based. So Dan, are you ready with your presentation? No, can't find. All right, you're on mute.
Oh, while Danny's looking, I'm just going to add it on to what Olegario have mentioned. Remember, Olegario just mentioned that we want the cross line, because I didn't even know what the cross line, but cross line not supposed to talk or not even have to have a discussion. That's something happened to when I first joined Atomy. I'm not supposed to have SS number or any of the people who's not belong in my group. That was a part of the rule. And remember I think I mentioned that we usually have a meeting every day, and we even have a meeting every Saturday. But that sponsor that's above Carol, above Subak, she did Amway, and she said that's something she learned from Amway. And because I was kind of curious, we're in a one team, and we say Atom is not a, I mean, we're not competing each other. We are gonna meet at the top. Then are we supposed to help each other? Because me, I'm so blank with the network marketing. So I asked her. I mean, like really, like honestly, like naively, like why I'm not supposed to call Essie? You know, I can be her friend. I can ask her how she's doing. No, that's not allowed. Just one word. That's not allowed. So we not. It's just recent that I talked to her. We exchanged text messages. Before I didn't even have a coffee with her. I'm not supposed to have any, let's say if I have a coffee with her and then our sponsor passed by, we'll get in trouble. So later, it's not her. I heard it from other leader who did Amway and who came from Korea. So I asked her, because to me, I couldn't really understand why we're not supposed to talk to each other, because I want to hear how they're doing. Their reason was this: I will consult with my sponsors. So I'm going to make an example with the Carol. So whenever I have an issue or challenges, I need any suggestion, I will talk to Carol, and she will give me some suggestions. So she will guide me to go this way. And Essie might have some situations, so she will also talk to Carol, and then she will give this direction. Even we present the same scenario to Carol, she might give us different responses, right? Because all our situations is different. My personal is different from Essie. So even if we presented the same scenario to Carol, Carol give us different advices. And later, I meet up with, let's say, I meet up with Essie, and then, you know what, recently I went to Carol and I asked her this question, and Essie goes, oh yes, same here, I asked the same question. Okay, what answer did you get? And we figured it out. We totally got different direction in terms of how we're gonna lead the business, and we're gonna question ourselves, why did she give us that direction? So it's a time to, we kind of backfire to the sponsor. So they're trying to eliminate all of that. They're trying to eliminate all of it. And another big picture for that, not allowing cross lines to talk each other. So I'm becoming friends with Essie. You know what? I think we get along together. How about we move one line together? That could be, because I haven't thought about that thing either, but that's something possible could happen in the future. I mean, we're in a cross line. I think it will better if we work together. But now, after that sponsor is gone, now we can freely talk. Because before, it was very scary in the seminar room. Because if we see any of the members exchanging telephone number, she asked me, Eric, tell her not to exchange numbers. Go. But now, like, to me, I think it will be fine. We're within Atomy, and then we are following our Atomy principle, business principle. What else can be go wrong, right?
I think it's important that it's not a competition among the different lines, and moreover, it's important that more people know about Atomy. It's better, regardless of whether that individual is joining any other team or not, our team or not. It's still better, even if that individual joins other teams, still better that there's a new person who knows about Atomy, and that person may share some information to others, and we will eventually learn. Some of those folks who learned that might eventually come under you too somehow, but it's always better to be more transparent than not. So for those folks who don't know who is Essie, she is kind of a similar role or on the same level as Airy on another line, but we all go to a single umbrella, a single sponsor, and everyone above that. So I think, do you know how many Sharon Rose Masters in Canada?
Now there's many. Before we were able to count, but now
Okay.
I don't even know how many Heroes Master we have in Toronto Success Center or Markham Center or even Vancouver. I think
that's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I'm not, a lot doesn't mean that like a couple of hundred people, but before, let's say it was 15, but I believe it was around like 30
Nice.
or 30, or I think between 30, 40. Because when you think about when we have several Star Masters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Anyone else? Anyone has any questions? Okay. And Dan is suddenly went missing. I think his network is acting weird today. So what I can do is, I don't know if anyone, I know that Oli and probably Joyce is also very familiar with our compensation structure. Anyone else, Cheryl or MJ or anyone else would like to go through that? Hi there. We have some newcomers. All right, Ari, what do you recommend? Should I go through a compensation structure?
Compensation will be good. Like without the probably, yeah, compensation. Remember, like what Cheryl mentioned, the commission chart.
Yeah, sure. So I'll quickly go through the compensation structure. I have done this a few times before, so some of you probably would have seen this before. But it's always good to have a refresher on this. Let me find this first. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm sharing my screen.
Vinod?
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just want to introduce one of my members. She just joined now. Her name is Cristeta. Welcome, Ate Cristeta.
Hello, thank you.
Hi there. Tell me the name once again.
I'm sorry?
What's the name once again?
Cristeta.
Cristeta?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. And you are in which country are you in?
In Poland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, so that's perfect. I'm about to start the compensation structure. This will take about 10 minutes, but it will give you the basics of the compensation structure that Atomy provides us. Okay. All right. So there are three different ways we can make money in Atomy. Excuse me. Okay, there are three different ways. So one is through daily commission, and then mastership bonus and center commission. And we'll talk about the basics of daily commission and mastership bonus today. Center commission is a little bit more advanced, and we can leave it to another day. So as you know, this is a screenshot from the Atomy Mall, and there are products, and each product has a price, and each product also has a PV or point value associated with it. So as you purchase a product, that point value, for example, 5,700 for the first one here, shampoo. If you purchase that, you will have 5,700 added to your existing point value, personal PV. Okay. And so how do we do the daily commission? Let's say you accumulate, so you started purchasing products and you love the products and you kept on purchasing and you accumulated 300,000 point value. And you also started developing your left side and right side, and they also started purchasing the products. And at some point of time, your left side combined achieves 300K. And at some point of time, your right side also achieves 300K. This is the cumulative numbers for everyone. There is no cutoff, there is no date cutoff. It will keep on accumulating till the side reaches 300K. Okay. So the moment both the sides achieves 300K, on that day, you are eligible for approximately $70 commission. And it is you can calculate it in different other currencies. You can convert it to different other currencies, but in Canada, it's approximately $70. And then immediately after that, both your sides reset to zero. Your personal PV is never reset. It will continue to accumulate. Okay, but the two sides reset to zero immediately after you became eligible for a commission. And then, the folks continue to purchase things, and eventually your left and right again reaches 300K. And it doesn't need to be on the same day, at some point of time, they both are at least 300K, you're eligible for a $70 commission again. And then both the sides reset to zero. And again, your personal numbers doesn't change. Sorry, my bad. Your personal numbers does not reset. You may be purchasing more things. And eventually, let's say you reach 700K personal, right? And then the next time when both your left and right reaches 700K, you are eligible for a $140 commission. So this is the basic of how the daily commissions work. Now, I will go through, this is not the full list, I'll go through the full list shortly, but I just want you to understand how this mechanics work. And, initially it could take several weeks before you get your first commission and several weeks before you get your second commission and third commission. However, as we speak, as we keep on adding new members, as the members start adding their own members, and as more and more people start purchasing products, that time frame, let's say initially it took 6 weeks, that will start compressing. It will start becoming like 5 weeks, and 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 week, and then you'll start receiving this like couple of times a week, 3 times a week, and eventually pretty much every day, you will start receiving these commissions. So you will not see this money in your bank every day. So in Canada, and I think everywhere it's the same structure. A couple of weeks commissions are accumulated and then credited to your bank at the end of every 2 weeks. So it doesn't end with this $140. As your teams increase in size, the members, you have more and more members, more and more consumers. It goes beyond that $70 and $140 commissions. I kind of skipped the first part, which is if you personally accumulate just 10,000 PV, and if you have a left and right PV of 300 each, you will get an approximately $30 commission. You are eligible for that. How do you accumulate 10,000 PV? You know, it's just two set of toothbrushes. That's more than 10,000 PV. I think something equivalent to about $23 or $24. That will be about 10,000 PV. And so it grows more than that. So this is what we discussed on the other side. And then above that, you know, if you reach 1.5 million personal and left and right also reaches 1.5 million, then it's 300 Canadian dollars. And this is the next step. And now it's interesting because once you personally reach 2.4 million PV, then it doesn't matter. Even if you do not accumulate anymore, it still keeps on increasing based on the increase in your team size. And eventually, at some point of time, if you continue in the business, right? If you continue in the business and if your teams continue to grow, if you continue to provide leadership, at some point of time, you will start receiving this 1,500 Canadian dollars every day, right? Your both sides could reach 50 million each and then reset, and the following day again another 50 million. Your both sides could get there. That's the stage when we start receiving about 1,500 Canadian dollars every day. And this is just the daily commission. On top of this, we also have something called mastership bonus. And again, if you have any questions on this, always feel free to reach out to anyone and we can go through this as many times as needed, okay? There's something called mastership bonus, which is, first of all, there are 7 masterships in Atomy, starting with Sales Master, Diamond Master, all the way to Imperial Master. And we have Sales Masters and Sharon Rose Masters in this chat right now. How do we achieve this? So first of all, consider that every calendar month is divided into 2 halves in Atomy, the first half and second half. The 1 through 15 is the first half, and 16 through the end of the month is the second half. Now, how do we achieve this mastership? You personally achieve 700K, and during the first half of the month, your left side reaches 2.5 million and the right side reaches 2.5 million. This is from 0 to 2.5 million. Then you become a sales master. So it can happen either during the first half or during the second half. However, the entire 2.5 million has to happen within that time period. The 700K, that's accumulated. It does not need to happen during that time period. So at this point, you achieved sales mastership. And what are the benefits? There is a bonus of approximately 500 Canadian dollars. And this happens every time. Every time you're a sales master, you have this bonus. You get this bonus. And there's a one-time incentive of him or him fame set and Atomy evening care set. I think that combined probably makes up another $500, but that's only one time. And every time you achieve this thing for sales mastership, you become, it became sales master, and you will have a $500 bonus. So if you combine this with, say, the first thing, like you achieve daily commissions. So you have to achieve about 7 or 8 daily commissions within the half-month period for you to achieve the sales master. So combine that with this during that half month, you gained 1,000 Canadian dollars approximately. Now imagine you becoming sales master every time. Every half month, you are eligible to become a sales master. Essentially, that means you're making at least 2,000 Canadian dollars. In my opinion, that must be all of us, our first medium-term goal. This is called auto sales master. When you achieve sales mastership every term, that's called auto sales mastership. In my opinion, that must be our goal to reach there. Imagine receiving $2,000 every month, at least 2,000 Canadian dollars every month as passive income. That is very strong. That's a good amount of money. Not only in Asia, even in Canada, that's not an insignificant amount of money. That's still really good. Now, I'm not going through the rest of the masterships at this time, but understand that it can go all the way up to Imperial Master, and we have at least not at least we have 6 Imperial Masters right now within Atomy, and this is within like 11 years of running the organization, right? Imagine what we can do, or imagine the possibilities for us, all of us. We just need to make sure we stay in the business, do not quit, keep on working. The results are not overnight, so keep on working, keep on giving the leadership. Eventually, you will get there. Keep this in mind. Auto sales mastership, that must be our first goal. And let me know if anyone has any questions. No questions. All right. Okay. So anyone has anything else they want to present? You said yes, no? Dan?
Or
No?
maybe we can go with anybody have tried the product and would like to share what product they liked? I know Joyce is waiting for the product, but I'm sure there are some people, some members probably have tried the product already. Or are I think all the people remaining are all the new members who haven't tried the product? No response.
and Joyce, John and I mean, we talk to each other pretty much every day or every other day, and John updated me about all the work that you are doing. That's amazing. Very, very encouraging. That's amazing. I think at some point of time, probably this team, not necessarily today, but at some point of time, this team would like to hear it from you, like how you're working, even though Poland is not even open, and we don't even know when it's going to open. Even then, you're able to do this much work. That's amazing. So
yeah, I just want to share some good news for today, because I really love to share good news every time. So I have a friend in the Philippines, so I asked her to join. I know that she doesn't have means, so I made an agreement with her. So I told her, okay, I'm gonna give you something for you to try the product, and of course for her friends to try the products as well. So we started at low amount. it took her like I think it took her 5 days to let the products be finished to be sold. So she ordered a lot of stuffs, and today I just received a message from her that all the products are already sold, and she's actually very happy because she gained something out of, you know, without having anything to something. And I'm really happy because I was able to help her. And today I am just actually finishing the transaction to order some more products to be able to ship to the province. So the name of the province in the Philippines where we are going to ship the products to is Samar. So I'm so grateful, and not only for myself, but also to be able to help my friends who is in need of some cash or some, you know, some extra income, passive income in the Philippines. Because, you know, those people that are here now in the meeting, which are from the Philippines, knows how hard it is to have some money. When I was living in the Philippines, the salary there is not enough to support the family. Oh, yes, even if you only have one child, this is not enough. So what Atomy is bringing to everyone in the Philippines is really a huge help. So I'm trying to tell my friend to not give up, to always try to also tell the good news to her friends as well. So she's not only helping herself, but she's also helping her friends and eventually friends of friends. So this is how Atomy works. I mean, I'm really grateful, and I'm really happy that I didn't block my friend who invited me for a long time. Actually, I almost blocked her, but I'm so thankful that I didn't. So that's it. And we just received the products in the Philippines as well. So by next week, I'm really hoping that the products will be shipped from Philippines to Poland. But my products coming from Canada will already arrive here on the 17th. So I'm really happy to try Hemohim, to try Absolute, because on Monday, tomorrow, I am having my blood test. I am planning to document it, take Hemohim for 2 weeks, take another blood test, go to the doctor, and see how it will go. Yeah, so that's it.
Amazing. And good timing. Blood test before and after. That's amazing. And
added on one thing, because since Joyce mentioned about the Samar, because I went to Samar, because the Samar is where Cheryl came from. You know, Kapalogan and Tacloban, that's where Samar is. So that's a place I also went when I went to the Philippines. And like Joyce mentioned, when we talk about $70 commission in Canada, how many of you really get excited? Really? $70? Oh, really? 70 only? That's it? That's usually the response we get here in Canada. But I saw the hope when I do the presentation in the Philippines, because when I mentioned $70, so if we convert it to pesos, around 2,700 pesos at the time, and I can see the eyes like a twinkling. I can see the hope from their eyes. It's very different response that we got from Canada or maybe from USA. Their response, even just to, we didn't even have to talk about $1,500 daily. Even just daily $70, 2,700 pesos, they can think of many other things they could do with that extra income. So I can kind of relate what Joyce has mentioned, that even Philippines, if they are able to get $70 every day, to them it's a jackpot. They don't even have to go to $1,500. So how we approach, how we motivate each country should be different. And we kind of learned from that process. Okay, so thanks for bringing it up. It kind of reminds me of their hopeful eyes from their presentation.
yeah, and the biggest advantage with Atomy that I see is even if your business, or even if you are from Philippines and your immediate friends and family is in Philippines, some of your members are going to know someone from another country, a Western country or Canada, US, or somewhere in Europe eventually, they're going to know someone there. They're going to add some members from there, and that member is going to add a bunch of friends and relatives from US or Canada or somewhere. So the chances of me getting $70 daily commission and someone in Philippines getting $70 daily commission is essentially the same. All of the conditions being equal, it's essentially the same chances. So that's why it's amazing, right? It's really helpful for people from all over the world.
Vinod, I just want to add something. You know, another good news. So I just joined Atomy like 3 weeks ago. I received my first commission last week.
You
And
did?
now, yes, my first commission last week. And I think by tomorrow, I will be receiving my second commission. Like, I mean, it will be in the system. So yeah, I just want to remind everyone that when you are really motivated, try to motivate someone else. And if there is a will, there's a way. So you just have to try harder. I know we will get a lot of rejections. Believe me, my friends that I thought that they're my friends, I was messaging them, and actually they don't respond to me anymore. So we in some point of time we are dealing with rejections, but if they will really learn the system and if they will try the products, I think they will really like how we do it. So eventually, like in the future, they will also join the company. So we just have to keep on pushing to be, successful. That's it.
Absolutely. I'm sure we all have that story. The friends, the close friend that we thought will be, yes, she or he will be there with us, will join us. Chances are they may not. They may not. They just don't take it serious, first of all. It's mostly the strangers who probably are willing to try it out. It's
Sorry, with the money also from the commission that we will get, this is what I am trying to emphasize here in Poland, not only in Poland, but here abroad, because this is a passive income, and every month Filipinos here in Poland or in Belgium are sending money every month. What if they will be earning this commission, um, let's say maybe twice or thrice a month? They have at least 7,500. So imagine this 7,500 will come from nowhere, will come from Atomy, straight on their bank account in the Philippines. So I mean, in time, they will not be sending money anymore from Poland to the Philippines. They will just use the commission to support their family. So the money that they're earning here in Poland or in Belgium will be their future money. I mean, they can keep it for themselves. They can use it for leisure. They can use it for something. I mean, because there is already something in the Philippines that is providing for their family. So this is what I really wanted to achieve here, especially in the Filipinos living here here in abroad in Europe, because this will be a great opportunity for them. Maybe when they are earning better from Atomy than what they're earning now from their jobs here, I am pretty sure that they don't have to be abroad missing their family. I am hoping for them to be able to be with their family in the Philippines. This is my future goal, and I think this will be achievable if we will just put in hard work. Yeah,
exactly. I remember Jonathan telling me his own story, telling in one of these sessions actually, his own story about the same thing. Like he used to send money to Philippines before, and then I think he added his sister as a member, and then eventually he now don't need to send money because he's getting her own commissions there. So that's exactly the point that you just mentioned, Joyce. Very valid. Yeah. Cool. Anyone else? I think we will. If no one else has any other questions, comments, we will wrap this up. But Ari, do you have any parting comments?
Nothing in particular. I think you went over all the important informations. And Joyce, let's wait for 2022. That's when Atomy planning, I'm just planning, part of the plan to open whole Europe, not just England or Germany, whole Europe. So hopefully 2022, it's a big year for you.
That would be perfect. Really, I'm really looking forward for that.
looking at the speed of your business, by 2022, maybe you're Star Master already.
We'll see. First, I need to be sales master this year.
Awesome.
Right? So maybe Joyce, everybody in Poland will be under Joyce. I think it's always have a happy dream, right? It's free to dream. So nothing much. So I just want to just empathize. In order for you to continue with the business, we need a confidence. So what Vinod went over it, I know Vinod's presentation file is very detailed. Because you know, when you listen to compensation video from YouTube, it's pretty much just bulk. Okay, 300, 700, 1.5, we'll just talk about the number figures, but he exactly shows how we can gather the points and then how it will create the commission. Not many people understand that system. So it's really great that Vinod going over that steps. And what's important, individually, you'll be able to present. I'm not talking about presenting it well as a presenter, but at least, this is something that I have learned. Because when we go to seminar, we always sit and listen. And when we listen, oh, that's something that I know it already. But if you meet someone at the coffee shop, and you think there's a potential with that person, are you willing to present? Are you not even present? Are you willing? Are you able to explain? Okay, sometimes I don't have any paper. I just use a tissue. I just use a tissue just to open it up and I'm start drawing the circles. Can you explain that? So I don't even ask people to like be able to present whole compensation, but you'll be able to explain at least how individual person can get commission. If you keep on practicing that, you will be able to convince other people to join Atomy, because that's why I ask people to present, practice presenting. Because we people who join in the meeting, we know each other and we're nice people, so we're always welcome when you present. But when you're trying to present in front of strangers, that's hard. Even though you know the information, when you need to present in front of the stranger, you kind of forget half of the stuff you need to say. But with a lot of practice, it will be kind of tattooed in your brain, and you can just like robotically, you can just repeat it what you have said. So that's why I ask everybody just participate on the meeting, and even just 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay, let me present compensation. I won't be able to present the whole compensation, but let me just go over how Vino did, how I can come up, how I can accumulate 300,000 PV. Just practice. Take this moment to practice. And when you really be on the field with the strangers, you're ready. Because one thing that I have learned from many leaders or from the many books, if you want to be successful, you have to be the ready leader. No one will give you the title as a leader. You can give yourself, I'm a leader. Question is, am I ready? Because you have to be ready all the time so you can share the vision of Atomy or the goodness of Atomy. Next week, hopefully we see many volunteers to even just 2 minutes, take a moment to present. Then probably, I told some members, you didn't know that you can present that well, but see, you're a good presenter. Some people don't even know they have that ability to present in front of people, but some people, they do have that ability to present well. So take this moment to practice, because practice makes the best result, right?
Thanks, Harry.
Vinod, sorry, I just like to acknowledge the presence of Marites. He's a potential member, I hope. She's the friend of Cristeta, one of my members.
And I see
Hi, Marites, welcome.
You're from Hong Kong, yeah?
Marites is from Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Yes, she's from Hong Kong.
Oh.
we are starting. We haven't started, or are we starting? Or
Yeah, Hong Kong will be starting after Colombia, so which is October. But I think opening of Colombia has been postponed a little bit because I think they have a second outbreak something in the country, Colombia. Because Colombia is supposed to be open, I think already, because they say it's September.
cannot read, Jeannie.
Something issue? Oh, techie issue.
Tech issue.
Okay. Got it.
It's okay.
But for Hong Kong should be October. They said companies really looking forward with the Hong Kong market. And it's going to be very different from China. In China, a lot of restrictions, but Hong Kong, it's going to be similar like Canada. Pretty much easy transactions, easy process. So we're looking forward for Hong Kong too, because I know many of the members, not really Chinese, but many of the Filipinos or people from other countries are living in Hong Kong. So once the Hong Kong market open, they'll be able to use their website to purchase a product. So Hong Kong is another good market for us.
All right. Thanks, everyone. It has been, it was a good meeting. A lot of us talked to each other. That's great. Good to know you all. And we'll see again soon. Thanks and have a great rest of the day. Good night.
Thank you. Have a lovely Sunday.
Yeah.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.